first off, thanks everybody for the 500 subscribes. Appreciate it. Glad you guys are interested. And with no further ado, I want to show you something. So you saw this probably from the last video, and I wanted to kind of recap of what we're looking at. Now, what I mentioned was that some of you may know what this is, and some of you won't. But for those that do, you have to excuse me if I get this going. So for those of you who do know that the markings, the paint job on the intake and valve covers is what matters here. If you follow on Facebook or through Instagram, you probably saw some of the plaques that are on the back of this, and that kind of gives it away. So after Kyle and I bought it, or when we bought it, we noticed some things, and I'll show you. What we noticed was, one, obviously the intake and valve covers are painted. Those are different, and I'll show you why. So that color is gunmetal gray, where a standard intake is that color. It's almost a silver. So that means somebody's been in this motor. And what that paint job on that intake was referencing, which we thought, it may be fake, is Renntech. Now, you can buy those online and everything else, and you can buy this, which says 7.4 SEC, because this is an SEC, but you can buy all that stuff online, and we thought, maybe somebody got somebody and, upplayed what this car is. Well, it's not true. It actually is a 7.4. And what we did to check that was we took all the spark plugs out. We put a dowel rod down into the cylinder holes here, into the spark plug holes that touched on the piston. And then we put it at the bottom of the stroke. We made a mark, and then we brought the piston all the way up, made another mark, and we measured. And what that measured out to be was none other than the stroke, which is 95 millimeters. Get you back here. 95 millimeters for a 7.4 Renntech motor. So, unofficially, this is a Renntech motor. For those that you know, those who don't, that was about a $75,000 option back in, the 90s. So this was a 94. Recently we had to take the tires off. I don't know if you saw that or not, but they were dry rot when we pulled this thing out of the drive. So we had to put new on it. But what was interesting was that it did have a dealership date. Somebody actually took a scriber and scribed in the date that they put these tires on this vehicle, which was back in 94. So right out of the dealer got that done. We're still trying to find and still trying to hunt down when this actually happened, when they modified the motor, and presuming the transmission as well. So the ECUs have been modified. Airbox actually have, which is pretty cool. I want to show you this. I'll take it back. This is like retro 98 carbon fiber here. Look at this stuff. So that was one of the first things that kind of got my attention when we went to go check this thing out. Now, when we went there, okay, I'm not sure where we left off because my camera, if you noticed, went berserk. So I had to get a new one. I got one now. I got a mic. Hopefully it sounds good. We got a good setup. So I'll catch everything up, try to catch everything back up here. So what we went over is the exhaust. So now it's all been 3D printed. Kyle took the time to put it all together. All the runs are within 1/4 of an inch of each other. So I think that's going to be considered to be equal length exhaust, or what we will consider to be equal length exhaust. So that's what we're working on next. The Mercedes that you saw, the two-door 600, well, actually is a 7.4. I think I went into description about that. It is the big motor from Renntech. We did find a buyer and we made some money. So That's going to help fund this project, and also we bought some other projects. You'll see here is Kyle's project. This is a Porsche that has a mid-engine LS conversion with a 4.8. We picked up a Yukon that has an all-aluminum 6.2 that we plan on putting in it, so that's going to be fun. I also picked up another project, because why not? We probably won't show much of this guy, but it's a K5 Blazer, and it's just got a standard 350. So been doing some stuff to it, powder coated the rims, put new tires on it, put a new soft top on it. So that's probably as far as we're going to go with that one. We're redoing the interior, which is why all this is here, updating it. Had to repair the John Deere, got that taken care of. And then bought a birthday present for myself. So, no, not another drag car, because we know we got that. That's Guernsey. This is another lift, because I'm going to put it in this bay. So this is our paint booth bay, but it's going to serve as storage in case we want to buy another vehicle at some point in time. Don't tell my wife. So that's where we're at. Let's see what else we got going here. Some other things that you might see. So we got those complete for the intake, which we're going to start on those next as well. And then also we started doing the brake system. So we got all the different reservoirs here, and we have we got the pipes bent to basically bench bleed these and ready to rock. So here's a little bit better idea of what's going on here. Yes, this is mangled a little bit because we were messing around with it, trying to figure out how to remove everything without actually hurting itself. So we may end up having to put everything together, basically glue it all together, and then pull the whole engine assembly again. We'll see. So that is a quick update where we are. Plan to get back onto this. We just haven't had time because we are obviously selling Mercedeses. The black SL600, the Roadster, we traded that on the Porsche. So we are basically, other than the blue one, which is still for sale, I think $700 is what I'm asking right now, or whoever wants to come and get it. So it's still for sale. And then everything else, all the other Mercedes have been sold. You know, we were planning on getting those motors as backups for this. But then once we got them, we realized that, hey, these are worth something to some people. And also we really didn't want to pull another motor out unless we really needed to. So hopefully this one gets us through and we're good to go. So anyways, that's a quick update. Hopefully everything else is covered. I'll check. Hopefully it was. But until next time, see ya.